Hi, crafty family. So, welcome back to Junkin' 101 with Cassie. I'm Cassie. Today, I'm going to tell you guys what is a junk journal. I told you we're taking this all the way back to basics. So, I'm starting back at the beginning. So, what is a junk journal? What is it used for? What's it made out of? And who can make it? So what's a junk journal? A junk journal is compiled of things, back when they first started, they're compiled of things like junk mail envelopes, junk mail cards. You know how you get like those advertisements in the mail that nobody really cares and we throw them out. Those are perfect for making tags and journaling cards and stuff like that. A lot of times a junk journal is made out of things that a normal person would throw away. Why throw it away when you can recycle it and make something beautiful out of it? Junk journals can be used for a number of different things. People like to bullet journal. You can do that in a junk journal. It doesn't have to be a specific bullet journal to bullet in. You can use it for keeping track of your doctor's appointments and things, keeping track of achievements in your life. You can use it as a regular journal and journal about anything you want. You can also use a junk journal as an art journal. You can draw in it, you can paint in it, you can a watercolor in it, you can glue in it, you can do anything you want with a junk journal. There are no limits with a junk journal. So I have a couple of different junk journals here. One of them I made myself. The other one I did not. I'm going to show you guys a little bit about them, explain some things about them, talk about a few things, and in my next videos and stuff, I will start to show you the different elements and how to do certain things on junk journals. So this is a junk journal that I personally made myself. This one is made with a kit from My Porch Prints called Grandma's Attic. Super amazing kit. This is the second journal I've made with this kit. The first one was very similar to this one, and it sold right away. Like, it was a hit. But you can include tassels in your junk journals. This one is made out of what I call book board, and I will show you what that is. Find a piece here. This is the book board that I use. It is by We Are Memory Keepers by Cinch. It is $3.99 at Hobby Lobby, and it's very thick, like chipboard, but it's very thick. It is still flexible, but it's hard. It's like a hardcover book. I love making my journals out of these because it holds up so well. The book feels good in your hands. It feels nice and sturdy. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall apart or rip on you. Very, very nice material. So that's what I like to make my journal covers out of. I don't do all of my journal covers out of the book board just because it is a little expensive. You get 2 pieces in your package for $3.99, which isn't bad. But usually I can only get one whole journal out of here. Obviously, there is extra left over that you can use towards another junk journal. So, 2 packs, depending on the size of your journal, but 2 packs of this, which equals 4 pieces, will do 3 journals. A larger journal and maybe a couple smaller journals. Anyway, you can cover your covers in anything you want. This one I happen to use fabric on. I've put some lace on it. You can see the different signatures sewn in there. There are ways to do a hidden spine so that you don't see this. But anyway, inside is the digital kit that I used to make this. And as you can see, there are ripped pages in here. There are journaling cards, and that is made with a paint chip sample. So those samples that you can get at Walmart or Menards or wherever, you can use those in your junk journals, little doilies. ripped paper. I mean, it's endless, the things you can use in here. Here's a fabric flip, just made out of lace and fabric. Here's some parchment paper, some vellum. I mean, you name it, you can use it in these books. There's also a place in here where I've used file folders to make different things. So you can make fold-outs with file folders. Those are really fun to make, and they're super easy to make. It all looks very complex, and like some of the things might be hard to make, but they're really super easy to make. So that's a little look at that junk journal. And now all junk journals are going to be different. They're not all the same. You can have hardcover junk journals. You can have softcover junk journals. You can make them with magazines. You can make them with old books. You can make them, I mean, just anything. The imagination is crazy when it comes to the junk journals. You can make them out of envelopes, an entire envelope junk journal. I will be making one of those on my channel in an upcoming video. But here is another junk journal. This one was created for me by a friend. This was actually made for me for my anniversary. So it's got pictures of myself and my husband in here. But the detail with like all the lace and, you know, it's got these dangly beds, and it's got, you know, envelopes in here and just everything. It is a true junk journal. So it's got, she's put in here some of these little leafy things, paper clips. I mean, you can paint, you can do anything. Little fabric flowers, you can use paper flowers, you can use silk flowers, you can use pearls and beads and buttons. And junk journals, I mean, if you want it in your junk journal, you can put it in your junk journal. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. You can use everything and anything in a junk journal, and that's what makes it a junk journal. A lot of people, though, are trying to get away from calling them junk journals, and a lot of people call them heirloom journals because, like this one is a very pretty one, very well put together. There's not a lot of, you know, like scraggly bits. I love the scraggly bits, don't get me wrong. But this one is more like a place to put like meaningful things, like very important things. Maybe recipes from a loved one that's no longer around, or pictures of that loved one that's no longer around, or just very meaningful things. So in that instance, we then turn to calling them an heirloom journal. And either way, it's fine to me. I don't care what you call it. I don't care what you put in it. To me, it's always going to be a junk journal. I understand why they are starting to call them heirloom journals, and I get it completely. I really do. It's just up to you as to what you want to refer to them as. So anyway, I've kind of gone over what a junk journal is, what they're made out of, what you can use them for, and I just kind of wanted to do this first video here to open it up in case there are people out there that don't know what a junk journal is or what it can be used for. You know, they're like, I've come across a lot of people and they're like, oh, you found some really pretty stuff today. You know, what are you using it for? You know, when you're checking out at like thrift stores and stuff. What are you using it for? And I'm like, well, I make junk journals. And they just kind of give you that look like, what's a junk journal? You know, so you kind of have to explain to them what a junk journal is. So I know there's people out there that have no idea what it is. So I just kind of wanted to explain a little bit of what a junk journal is, what it can be made out of, what it can be used for. And trust me, there is so much more stuff that I did not mention in this video that a junk journal can be made out of. You can use newspaper, you can use tissue paper, you can use wrapping paper, wallpaper. If it's paper, you can use it in your junk journal. I mean, the sky is the limit with these things. And it's not just a paper craft when it comes to junk journals. If you're like, well, that's just playing with paper. Well, it is playing with paper, but you're also painting, you're making bead dangles and charms and tassels, and there's sewing involved. You don't have to sew, but you can sew. There's so many different elements to it that I'm the type of person, I cannot sit and do the same thing day after day after day. Like crocheting, for example. I love to crochet, but it's the same thing over and over and over. You just sit there with your hook and your thread or your yarn, and you crochet, and it's like, it gets boring after a while. But with a junk journal, it's always something different. Like today, I'm going to make charms today. Okay, let's make charms today. Tomorrow I may not want to make charms. I may be bored with making charms. Let's make some paper beads. Paper beads are amazing, and they're so fun, and they come out beautiful if you can find the right paper. And then, the following day, it's like, okay, let's make some fabric yo-yos, or let's make some flowers out of tulle and lace. I mean, it's something different. Every time you sit down at your desk to work on something, it's always different. So, it keeps you busy, it keeps you on your toes, and it never gets boring. Junk journals can be of all different themes. I've done a sewing junk journal. There have been recipe junk journals done. There have been African safari journals done. Black and white. I seen an amazing journal made by somebody one time that was done on Lucille Ball. It was fabulous. Let me tell you what. If I had the money to buy that journal, I would have snatched that journal up so fast. It was just an amazing journal. You can do a rainbow themed journal. You can do a journal based on your favorite color. Like my favorite color is orange. So I was saving and collecting up to do an orange journal. I have to start that all over again because, like I said in my intro video, I got rid of everything I had and I'm starting over from scratch. Carousel journals, a journal on cats, a journal on dogs. I mean, it can be any theme you want. Harry Potter. My husband sat down and wanted to make a journal with me, and he wanted to make a fishing themed journal. And believe it or not, I was able to find a kit about fishing, and it was the coolest thing ever. So, the sky's the limit. I just hope you guys have fun with this. I hope this video helps you understand a little bit more of what a junk journal is, what it's made out of, what it can be used for. And I hope to see you guys come along with me in my adventure. The next video I do, I am going to show you guys how to take a simple box and make a junk journal cover out of it. We're going to take this and we're going to turn it into this. Amazing little window pocket here with a tag. The inside is covered with pretty paper. So yeah, we're going to go from nothing, the something would be thrown in the garbage, to a beautiful junk journal cover. So, I will try to get that video up and out in the next couple of days. Oh my goodness, excuse me. I'm going to try and get that video up and out in the next couple of days. I hope to see y'all there with me. Again, if you took something away from this video or you liked it, please, please, please leave me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. I will respond to every comment that is left for me. Share my video if you want to. Get some friends to come along for the fun. And I will see you guys all next time. Remember, keep it crafty, do what you love, and love what you do. Bye, guys.